Really? Really? You seriously lost this game? You lost a double-digit lead at home on primetime against a divisional rival in the Pittsburgh Steelers? What? Once again, Harbaugh and his coaching staff got outcoached in the fourth quarter. Once again, the offense was putrid and garbage. Couldn't move the ball in the fourth quarter at all. Once again, this defense gives up a touchdown at the worst moment in the fourth quarter with their game on the line. Once again, this team choked a double-digit lead, and once again, they found a way to embarrass themselves. This time it was on prime time against the Pittsburgh Steelers, who were fighting for their lives with a rookie quarterback. Wow, you really just did that, Baltimore. Woo! This is a new level of embarrassment. You've been embarrassing yourself all season, but this one right here was really special. And I don't think anybody cares anymore. Like, are you actually mad at this? How angry should a fan be after a season of choking performances by this team? Let's talk. Ah, man. Let me switch this right here. There you go. Ravens flock. That anger right there is probably what a lot of you guys are feeling. And I understand your pain. But at this point, are you surprised? The Ravens have been choking all season. John Harbaugh and his coaching staff has been getting outcoached all season. The defense has been giving up fourth quarter touchdowns all season. The Ravens have been choking away double-digit leads all season. Every loss that they've suffered for the most part, minus the Browns, have been for the most part against teams that are either in the playoffs or competing for a playoff spot. So you've lost against some of the top tier teams and Pittsburgh, a team that's not great, but they're still fighting for a playoff spot. You found ways to embarrass yourselves in an entirely different fashion. You found new ways to embarrass yourself. The 21-point choking performance against the Dolphins, the 17-point choking performance against the Bills, the choking performance at Jacksonville, the choking performance at New York. I mean, you found different ways to choke time and time and time and time again. This offense was garbage again. We're really just watching this offense be terrible. Let me tell you something here. Lamar Jackson is dearly missed. You can say whatever you want about the struggles. And yes, there are games where they've scored over 25 points and under 25 points. But let me tell you this right now. When Lamar Jackson was in as your starting quarterback, we averaged 25 points. This season, when Lamar Jackson was a starting quarterback of the Baltimore Ravens, the Ravens offense averaged 25 points. Yes, we had that 13-point game against a team like the Panthers, but we also had that 38-point game against a team like the Patriots. You had some good games of scoring, and you had some bad games of scoring. The game we've lost against Jacksonville, we put up 27 points. That should have been good enough to win. We've had some interesting scoring performances here by the offense just to have the defense at the end of the day squander it, and we're just kind of stuck in this middle lane. But yeah, with Lamar Jackson as your quarterback this season, you've averaged 25 points a game. Without Lamar Jackson, you've averaged under 12 points a game on offense. Under 12. So you are averaging less than half of what Lamar's output has been when he's been the starting quarterback on the offense. This offense is terrible. And Lamar he has hidden so much of these flaws. This is such a flawed football team. The offense is so one-dimensional and flawed. Everybody in the media can see it clearly. And Lamar Jackson has hidden those flaws. But without him being here to hide these flaws, everybody's seeing how terrible this offense is. Everybody's seeing Greg Roman's play calling and how putrid it is. Everybody's watching Tyler Huntley play the way he's playing, and it's not even remotely close to what Lamar Jackson's doing for you. Tyler Huntley last year was beloved because he came in, and despite going up against top tier competition and not winning those games, they still put up a hell of an effort. The game against the Packers, the game against the Rams, they put up a hell of a performance there, and they put up a hell of a fight and almost won those two games. Unfortunately, they came up short. The Packers game was the best game we ever saw from Huntley in his career. So people like Tyler Huntley. But then past that Packers game and past that Rams game, he started to look bad. But you know what? We understood the situation. There wasn't a lot of talent around him, and the team was injured to hell. This year, you're going up against lesser competition, and Tyler Huntley has still looked bad. And tonight, he didn't look awful, but he looked bad. That pick was atrocious by him. And now you got the fan base turning on this man. The fan base is legitimately turning on Tyler Huntley. They're starting to not like this guy. And that's unfortunate because, again, he's just a backup. You can expect him to do what Lamar does. He's just a backup. He's solid, but he's not Lamar. And it's unfortunate that, he's getting a lot of hate, and he's going to get hate because that pick he threw today was awful. It was awful. You cost the team the game with that interception. Where was he even trying to throw the football? Sad part about it is he almost threw two other picks in this game, and he just did not make a lot of good throws at all. It was bad, man. It was really, really bad. It was not a good performance for Tyler Huntley. You had the one touchdown pass, cool, but overall he did not look good enough to help you win this type of game, and it showed. Greg Roman's offense, of course, was as putrid as always and as inconsistent as always. It is what it is. I'm kind of just used to it. And nothing's going to change. They're going to have the same press conference. Nothing's going to change. John Harbaugh is going to spew the same thing about, oh, yeah, we got to we got to be better. We got to perform better. Today, we didn't perform better. The coaches have to be better. We got to execute better. And, we got to prepare and do better next time. So, looking ahead, we got to be more better. We got to execute. We just didn't do that tonight. And we got to be better for next week. Same old story over and over again. Nothing changes. It's the same old story, and people are sick and tired of it. They're sick and tired of it, bro. They're sick and tired of it. So I guess we should actually talk about the game here. Well, we've talked about the offense. Let's start with the defense for a second here. Defense today honestly did their job for the most part. I don't know what you expected from them, but defense for three quarters held them to about 9 points. The defense really did their job in just trying their very best to hold Baltimore's lead as much as they can. But this defense isn't perfect. Okay, we're gonna obviously hold them accountable for giving up a last second touchdown like they've done pretty much like 5 times this season, but still, they're not perfect. And when you have an offense that's going three and out over and over again, and you got to roll the defense out there, they're going to get tired. And we've seen it time and time again in these games where these guys are getting tired, and it sucks and it's unfortunate. But yeah, you're gonna have to hold the defense accountable for most of that. They had an opportunity to get a pick, they couldn't do it. They had moments where they should have been able to get Kenny Pickett down, and they were unable to. They gave up a good chunk of third and long plays. It was crazy. They gave up like two or three third and long plays where they should have been able to make the stop, but they couldn't. The run defense today was not good, and you could tell that Calais Campbell is desperately missed because they can't seem to stop the run without this man um in the defense. So yeah, the run defense was not good today. It clearly showed, and it was unfortunate. And yeah, the defense, the secondary, getting cooked. I mean, Brandon Stevens was not good once again. He's constantly getting cooked, and I just don't know what to tell you, man. The guy is just getting cooked, and it's just bad. But there's no Marcus Peters out there, so what are you gonna do? So yeah, secondary. I mean, Marlon Humphrey was doing his job for the most part, but when you have Brandon Stevens on the other side, why the hell would a rookie try Marlon Humphrey when I could just throw the ball to Brandon Stevens, who's constantly getting beat left and right in coverages? They had opportunities, but they couldn't capitalize. They couldn't stop the run. They couldn't force turnovers, and yeah, they ultimately gave up that touchdown at the end. But honestly, I don't blame the defense for this loss. In fact, a good chunk of the losses, not all, but like the losses we've had without Lamar Jackson, I can't really hold it on the defense because again, the offense is doing nothing to help them. So let's go back to the offense. The offense today was once again embarrassing. The running game was exactly where you wanted it to be. I mean, J.K. Dobbins was running the rock. I believe he had over 100 yards rushing in this game. The guy is just an absolute beast. For some reason, they wouldn't utilize Gus Edwards. I don't know if he was injured or not, but he wasn't really getting a lot of carries today. They really just fed J.K. Dobbins and let him go to work. Gus Edwards was kind of silent today. But yeah, J.K. Dobbins is a beast. He's great, and he's just such a vital piece to have in this running game alongside Gus. And I just love what I saw from them. The running game was there today. Unfortunately, there were times where we should have ran the football, but where we chose not to. But it is what it is. In terms of the receiving game, Mark Andrews pretty much showed up and looked like the Mark Andrews we all know and love. I believe he had over 100 receiving yards today, so he balled out and made play after play after play. Unfortunately, both J.K. and Mark Andrews' efforts were wasted today because the passing game again sucked. The play calling again was inconsistent as hell, and ultimately, when you needed this offense to come on the field and close, they couldn't. They couldn't even capitalize on opportunities. Justice Hill had a return that put us inside of Pittsburgh's territory, and we proceeded to do nothing with the football, and we just punted it. Like, that's just shameful. That's absolutely shameful. Offense was awful for much of this game. Couldn't do a damn thing. Struggled to move the football. When they got in the red zone, they could only set up a field goals. It was just awful all around. 13 points of offense. 13 points of offense was what you got. And the only reason you got 13 in the first place was because of a questionable penalty on a unnecessary roughness on Cam Hayward, which allowed you to pick up the first down, and you got the touchdown to Isaiah Likely. So good on you for that, but that's the only touchdown you were able to get. We're still garbage in the red zone. Can't finish drives. Can't finish in the red zone. In play calling inconsistent as hell. You just got an offense that's just bad all around. That's what we're dealing with, Baltimore. You have an offense that's bad, play calling that's inconsistent as hell, and when it is good, it still can't be able to capitalize on it. Because why? It'll have one good play followed by two bad plays. So what the hell do you do with that? And then you got a defense that could play well in stretches, but they're so tired by the fourth quarter because they have to keep carrying the damn offense that can't score. So when they get into the fourth quarter, they can't make stops and they keep giving up game-winning touchdowns. And that's kind of just how the season's been so far, bro. It's really just that. So John Harbaugh again, you just watch his coaching staff fail him again, and you watch Coach Harbaugh find a way to get outcoached again. Yet another coach that found a way to outcoach him. I mean, John Harbaugh is constantly getting outcoached. I don't think this is a surprise anymore. That's why people have been calling for his job, and it's probably been heightened after tonight because you keep getting outcoached and you keep advocating for Greg Roman, and Greg Roman's offense is awful, and you keep advocating for it, so that makes you look bad too, and that's why people want you to go alongside Roman. But yeah, yet another night where the coaching staff gets outcoached. Yet another night where the team gets outplayed, and yet another night where we find a way to choke a double-digit lead and embarrass ourselves. This time we embarrass ourselves on prime time against a division rival in the Pittsburgh Steelers that understood that their season was on the line. They played with far more alertiveness than we did. They understood the moment and they showed up. You let a rookie quarterback go into Baltimore and beat you. You let a rookie quarterback proceed to run a game-winning drive. He executed a game-winning drive and actually got them a touchdown. You let a rookie quarterback do that to you. Knowing the circumstances of the situation, you let a rookie quarterback go into M&T Bank Stadium and beat you. That's how low the Ravens have fallen. Shameful. Absolutely shameful. So yeah, offense embarrassed themselves. Defense did the very best they could, but eventually they got tired and they ended up choking, which is not their fault. Coaching staff continues to get out coached, but guess what? Nothing's going to change. Like I said, Greg Roman is going to walk into Owing Mills, Maryland on Monday morning. He's going to grab his coffee. He's going to grab his donuts. He's going to stroll into his office, sit in his chair, sit back, relax, lean back, put his hands up, and just enjoy having this job because he knows the Ravens don't have the guts to fire this dude. They don't have the guts to fire him. They're not going to fire him. Put that to bed. Nothing is going to change. They're going to run it back next week and pretend nothing happened and say we're going to execute and try to finish drives next week. The same old spiel. They don't care. Stop trying to convince me you care. If you cared enough, you would make the changes. But you're not making changes. So what else is new? Like, stop wasting my time with this. Oh, we're just doing our very best to execute, and we're gonna try to improve, next week and fix these issues. I'm disappointed how the coach. Like, you had Harbaugh in the press conference talking about how disappointed he was at the coaching staff, as if you're actually gonna make a change. Ain't nothing changing. Greg Roman's gonna be here tomorrow, and nothing's gonna change. And you know nothing's gonna change. You're the one that defended that coaching staff, saying we got great coaches here. How did that great coaching staff look today, Coach? Huh? How did your coaching staff look today, bro? How did Greg Roman look for you? Are you enjoying life without Lamar Jackson? Huh? When Lamar was covering up all these faults of this garbage offense, you were sitting back and taking pride in that. Now there's no Lamar Jackson. We cannot hide the blemishes. Greg Roman's offense is terrible, and there's no Lamar to cover it. How you looking now, Coach, huh? How you liking this offense without Lamar Jackson? How y'all liking this offense, Ravens staff? How y'all liking this offense without Lamar Jackson? Are you enjoying it? Are you having fun? Do you like what you see? I love what I see. I really do. Because it just goes to show you that Lamar was carrying this team. He really was. He was carrying that offense. And without him, that offense ain't worth a damn. And I feel really bad for the players that are there because they don't really have a quarterback that's going to consistently throw to them, and they're stuck in a system that doesn't benefit them. So it's unfortunate. But yeah, it is what it is. Anyway, I'm not going to drag this out. This doesn't need to be a 20-plus minute video. I don't have anger. I'm not shocked. I'm not surprised. This was exactly what I expected. Ravens aren't going to change. Let's run it back next week and get the crap kicked out of us by Cincinnati because we won't have Lamar Jackson most likely. It is what it is. Anyway, I'm going to end it here. Good job, Ravens. Well done. You invested all that money in the defense. They couldn't make a stop. Good job. Greg Roman, well done. Keep doing what you're doing, bro. They're clearly paying you to be incompetent. They're clearly paying you to be mediocre. They're clearly paying you to have an offense to be this garbage. Keep doing what you're doing, bro. And Coach Harbaugh, keep accepting mediocrity. And Baltimore, keep accepting mediocrity. And keep choking these games. Just do it. Because when you get into the playoffs, you'll be doing the same thing too. And then you'll go one and done and pretend everything's fine. Anyway, that's all I got to say. I appreciate you guys watching. And yeah, we'll see what happens next week when they take on Cincinnati. With that being said, that is all I've got. And I'm out of here, man. Peace.